Just like that, and we have created the exact replica build of Allen Iverson. It says you have discovered a special replica of the answer, and that is actually your build name. What's up, guys? It's a little back with another video. Now today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the official Allen Iverson Easter egg replica build in NBA 2K23. If you guys haven't heard or you guys haven't been watching any of the other YouTubers post their videos, basically there are hidden Easter egg builds in NBA 2K23. I believe it is for next gen only. If you make your build exactly like the NBA player's build would be, it actually gives you the replica build and a unique name for this player. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do Allen Iverson, and his nickname is the answer, and that is what your build will actually be called. Yesterday Uncle Demi was making a build video, and he was trying to make a Nikola Jokic build, and he tried to make it exactly like it, and he did just that. He was the one that figured out the replica builds in 2K23, and once he did that, people started finding Kobe's build, MJ's build, and all these other builds, and I was trying to think who's a player that I should do that I kind of mess with but is not too mainstream, like people are not going to find him right away, and I was thinking I should do Allen Iverson. Also, real quick, there's a couple players that nobody has found yet. The one that I want to find the most is LeBron. You guys see on my screen right here on the left, you guys see I have a player 6'9", 250, 7-foot wingspan. I know a lot of you guys are going to say LeBron is 6'8", but trust me, I went through every single 2K roster, and a couple of them, they had him listed as 6'9", so I was trying everything. I was literally up until like 7 a.m. last night. I was trying to do this for like 5-6 hours, changing every single attribute by one here and there, and I just could not get the LeBron James replica to pop up. So if any of you guys can do it, I will send you $50. Just DM me on Twitter how to do it, and probably right after this video, I'm going to get back into the lab and try to get LeBron's replica, but I am telling you that might be impossible. Also, other ones that no one has found yet is Kevin Durant, Kareem, Shaq. All right, before I show you guys how to make this build, if you guys still haven't, make sure to press the red subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 700,000 subscribers. Turn on my post notifications so you guys don't miss a stream or upload. And since I am plugging you, don't forget to drop a like in this video. Let's hit for 10,000 likes. If you guys go crazy on the like button on this video, I will start to drop a bunch of other replica builds as soon as I find them. Yes, a lot of them have already been found, but there are still a decent amount of fire ones that have not been found yet. All right, but without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, so like I said before, you have to make your build exactly like their NBA build would be. I believe first name and last name actually does not matter, but for this video, I went ahead and put in Allen Iverson. Now, if you guys know AI, his position was a shooting guard. He is the 2, not the point guard, which is like a commonly like misunderstood thing. People think, you know, he's just a fancy dribbler, he's the point guard. Nah, Allen Iverson is actually the shooting guard, and maybe that's a reason why people were messing him up. Maybe they had him as point guard trying to get him, and that's why it took a little longer. But nah, you got to put him in as shooting guard, and his jersey number is of course going to be number 3. For Allen Iverson's height, we have to go down to 6'0" flat. He's not the tallest, and for his weight, he's weighing in at 175 pounds. These are his actual like vitals, or whatever you want to call them. These are his actual physicals, like his height, weight, and wingspan. Whatever they actually have online is what you have to put in for them. Body shape, I'm pretty sure doesn't matter, so you can put that on whatever you want. But for his height, 6 foot flat, weight 175, and wingspan 6'3". Okay, so if you guys want the exact Allen Iverson Easter egg replica build, you need every single attribute the exact right number, so you guys cannot mess this up. And I want to show you guys something. So if you guys look online and you look at Allen Iverson like 2K rating, and you look at like maybe his all-time player, and you look at his stats or whatever, he's gonna have a driving layup of like 99, 98. A lot of these like all-time NBA players have really high stats, but you cannot do that, because if you put his layup at 98 and then you look at maybe his ball handle, which is probably also really high, like it's gonna be like a 98 online, and his pass accuracy is gonna be like 97, his speed's gonna be like 99. Those builds are just impossible to make, so you can't copy the exact stats from the rosters. You kind of have to mess with them. You can see his driving layup is high online, but you can't put it to a 99. So for this, you have to put his driving layup down to a 90. So you got to drop a bunch of stats down. So if you guys are going to try to make any builds, take that tip, you know, take that lesson from me. If you put their exact stats in, it's not even going to work. Like if I tried putting in all his finishing numbers, all his shooting numbers, all his playmaking, my build would probably be maxed before I even got to defense or the physicals. And the reason for that is because they're just so OP, and you know, these NBA players like on the all-time rosters were not made in the builder. Like 2K just literally made them demigods. Like, that's why they're 99 overall. So close shot 70, driving layup 90, driving dunk is going to be 57, and then we're going to put post control to a 32, and it's going to give us 17 shooting badges. It's actually pretty solid. I mean, we don't get any contact dunks or probably any dunk packages with a 57 driving dunk. But if you look at the badges, he does get Hall of Fame Giant Slayer and also gold fearless finisher and gold slithery. So if you do actually make this build, I think this build is probably one of the better ones that you can make out of all the replica builds. You have 17 badges, so you can get one badge in tier 3, and then you can core it eventually, and so you'll have 2 tier 3 badges, so you can get fearless and slithery. Now the problem with Allen Iverson is he is really known for his dribbling. So we already know we're going to put his dribbling very high, but his shooting, it was solid, but it's not like Steph Curry, it's not like Damian Lillard, like some of these current guards. So that's where this build is really going to take a hit. We're going to have a 79 mid-range and only a 71 3, which, I mean, you can make it like a build work with that, but that is pretty low, especially for a guard. So for this build, and I wish I could put the 3-point higher, because this build would be so fire if you could, but you can't, unfortunately. You got to get every single attribute exactly right. We're going to have 16 shooting badges, which isn't terrible. You know, you guys can get guard up. You guys can get whatever badge you basically want, amped, except limitless range, because his 3 is too low. So you can't get limitless range because you need a 74 3-point shot, unfortunately. But you can get basically any shooting badge. It just sucks that his 3 is that low. Let's just go right to ball handle. Like I said, if you guys look online or you guys just look at the 2K rosters on 2K, Allen Iverson's ball handle is going to be like a 97. He has one of the highest ball handles in all of 2K history, but for this video, they actually have him down at an 89. Like I said, you guys gotta mess around with the attributes if you're trying to make a replica build of anyone else. It's not gonna be the exact attributes that you guys see on the rosters, but the rosters kind of give you a good like guideline of what the number should be. You just gotta drop them down a little bit. So after we put on 89 ball handle, which is actually gonna give us Hall of Fame quick first step, like this build is actually pretty good for dribbling. It's pretty short though, it's 6 foot flat, but 89 ball handle, 88 speed of the ball, that's pretty good. And at 82 pass accuracy, like this is going to be a pretty solid like ISO build. 90 finishing. I wish the driving dunk was higher. That's kind of ass, but I mean, he is only 6 foot tall. But we're going to get 24 playmaking badges on this build, which is pretty good. That's like my main build. Onto the defense slash rebounding. When you guys think of Allen Iverson, you probably think he's not the best defender, but they actually gave him some pretty good defensive stats. We're going to put the perimeter defense to an 80, and when it comes to steals, he actually has an 87 steal on 2K23. Interior defense we're going to put to a 27, and then block goes to a 34. The rebounding is pretty low, obviously. You know, he's a pretty short player. 41 offensive rebound and 47 defensive rebound. That's going to be it for finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defense. You guys see our badges: 17 finishing, 16 shooting, 24 playmaking, and 20 defense slash rebounding. That is one of the best badge setups that I've seen out of any of the replica builds in the game. And honestly, that's just a solid badge setup, like as it is, like not regardless, like replica build or not. That's a really good balance. Like I'm actually shocked that he has that, because there's a lot of replica builds that have like 5 shooting or like 4 defense. You know what I mean? Like one of their categories is just completely screwed up, but this is actually a really good balance. Now for the physicals, Allen Iverson's very fast. His speed's going to be an 89. Like you guys are going to realize for most of these replica builds, you can't, like I already said this, you can't go max. You can't go like 95 speed or like 99 anything really, because you got to drop the stats down. The builds would be too OP, and you literally wouldn't be able to create them in the builder if you went too high on some of the stats. But AI is very fast, so he does get a 91 speed. Strength is actually going to be on a 61, so they actually have AI being pretty strong. Vertical is going to go to an 89, which is actually insane. And then stamina is going to finish off the build at a 92. You guys see everything is locked. We are now at a 99 overall. Now for the moment of truth, we're going to click A to continue. Actually, we have to pick our takeovers. Now, I'm pretty sure takeovers do not matter at all, so you guys can put on whatever you want. If you guys are going to make these builds, which I assume a lot of you guys are, put on whatever you want. We don't get sharp take on this build because he's not that good of a shooter. I'm going to go with pull-up precision, and then honestly, you can go with whatever. I think I'm just going to throw on like negative impact, just cause, you know, we'll make this build insane when it comes to fading. I'm gonna press A to continue. My player build complete, and right here, as you guys can see, we're gonna get shades of at first, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Terry Rozier, and then it is gonna blink just like that, and we have created the exact replica build of Allen Iverson. It says you have discovered a special replica of the answer, and that is actually your build name. Like if I load into the park, it's not going to say 3-point playmaker or Playmaking shot creator, my build is going to be called The Answer in part games. This is one of the coolest things that 2K has ever done, in my opinion. This kind of reminds me of like zombies, or like back in the Call of Duty days when they would have hella Easter eggs that they like put in the game at launch, but people had to kind of figure out on their own. Like, we're like 5 days into the game. I don't know how Uncle Demi figured that out. Honestly, 2K might have told him just to get the ball rolling, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I'd probably say he figured it out on his own, but that is impressive that he actually got the Joker build when he was trying to get Nikola Jokic's build for like a build video. That is insane that he figured that out. But yeah, guys, you guys cannot tell me that this is not insane. Like, this is the craziest thing, one of the craziest things I've ever seen 2K do. Now, like I said, once I upload this video, I'm probably hopping back in the lab and I'm going to try to make LeBron, because no one can figure out how to make him, and he is one of the most famous basketball players of all time. So obviously everyone that is seeing these replica builds is trying to make him. Like, he is probably the most popular person that's like trying to be made right now, and nobody can do it. So again, if you guys can figure out how to make LeBron and you were the first one to ever do it, DM me on Twitter and I will literally send you $50. Same with any of the other ones, Kevin Durant, Shaq, Kareem. If you're the first one, I got you with a prize. Now, since I unplugged y'all, make sure to sub up. We're on the road to 700,000 subscribers. Also, my IRL channel where I'm doing pranks pretty much every single week is going to be in the description. It's called Life of Solo. You guys can check that out if you want. And if you guys made it to the end of the video, you were probably entertained or just very bored. I don't know, one or the other. But if you guys want to see more replica builds, especially if I figure out how to get LeBron, I'm going to be dropping that video. Drop a like on this video, like go crazy in the like button. That'll show me that you guys like these videos. Also, let me know how many of you are going to be making The Answer build in NBA 2K23. Like I said, it's not the greatest build, but that's a pretty fire build name. Like, imagine your friend asks you, yo, what build you got? Like, I'm like a glass cleaner. What build you got? And you're just like, The Answer. Like, I feel like that's fire as fuck. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video or it helped you out, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the next one. Thanks.
They don't think that I meant it. They didn't know who I was. I had to make sure they know who I am. I was a youngin' to come up with a whole lot of hits before I was even a man. Always been the hardest artist in every room. They just don't know where I stand.